Hi dear students, we are going to study about graph of lines, but we are going to study firstly, before that one, we should remember the coordinate plane and axis. Here we are, what is coordinate plane, x and y axis? There is x-axis, you remember from the real number line. Here it is the 0 and the right side is positive side, left side is negative side, equally divided, and it is same now. We are adding that one to one more line which is perpendicular to x-axis. Actually it is called x-axis, and when you want to find the points of coordinate of the point, the place of the point, it is called coordinate. And when you want to find the coordinate of the point, you are going to find with respect to one reference point. That reference point is called origin. So basically we are calling the names like this. So if this point is origin and these are the x-axis, this is the x-axis, by the way, this is x-axis, and this is y-axis, and this point is also called origin, which is 0, 0. This is called origin. So in this case, with respect to this axis and origin, we need to find the place of the coordinate of the point with respect to these dimensions, what is given here. As you see, this is in the first quadrant. Quadrant term I add here. Quadrant means when you divide the plane by using the coordinate system, you are getting 4 quadrants. Each piece is called quadrant. Actually here, when I continue from here, let's say I can continue like this and like this to this side. So this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. It is going to be. Here they are not important now for us. We are going to continue with the coordinates of the points. So here firstly I want to continue with the what is the coordinate of the point. So we have here two values. One x value, when you draw the projectiles of this point, from the point to the x-axis you are drawing one perpendicular line. This should be perpendicular, and here to y-axis one perpendicular line. So these two values, they are giving the coordinates to us, and we are writing the coordinates with respect to x and y order. Firstly x is written, then y is written. With respect to this one, the x value is 3 and the y value is 2. So to understand what is the coordinate of the b, let's say here, when I draw one line here, actually these are the projectiles. It is not the exactly line here, which is the value, the first value, which is x, it is 3, and the second value is -3, it has to be. So the second coordinate b is equal to 3 and -3. What about c? C is here. First I am drawing to x-axis. I have to write to x-axis, which is equal to -4. Then we are writing to the y-axis, which is equal to -3, which is in the third quadrant also. Third quadrant. In third quadrant it is. And the last one is d, it's going to be. For the d, again I'm drawing the lines here, line segments or dot lines, I can say. The x value is -4, and the y value is 3. So the coordinate is -4 and 3, it has to be, and this is in the second quadrant. The point is in the second quadrant, it has to be. Okay, basically we define this one. Now we are going to continue with the exercises. I'm going to find only the place of g here. There are many exercises, but I'm going to find only one of them. If you are looking for 7 and -3, which is g, on the x-axis I'm going to find where is the place of 7. So I'm counting here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is the place of the x value. But the y value is -3. -3 means this is, by the way, x-axis, and this is the y-axis. -3 means below the x-axis it should be, because above the x-axis y values are positive, below the x-axis y values are negative, which means that -1, -2, and -3. -3 is enough for me. I can continue till -8, but -3 is enough for me. So the y value is here. So I'm drawing perpendicular in my mind. I'm drawing one perpendicular to line to x-axis, which is passing through, pardon, y-axis, which is passing through the -3, because the y value of the coordinate is -3. I can show something like this here. Here, let's say with different color I'm going to do, but I'm not going to. Here, let's do like this, okay. And I'm drawing the which is perpendicular to x-axis. From 7 it has to pass through. Okay, this two line is passing through, they are intersecting same point, which is, as you see here, this point, they are intersecting at this point, and this point is 7 and -3. It has to be, but when you are drawing these lines, cannot be straight line like this, or line segment it is called actually. We should do with dot lines, which means that I'm going to do something like this here. This is with dot lines, then it will be better for showing here. And this is the way to show the coordinate of the point. So here this point is 7 and -3. The next one is definition of the gradient. Gradient is the slope, which means that how much the line is inclined. As you see, every line has different inclination. This is line, you know, and every line has different inclination. Line can be like this, or like this. Here it might be, or here it might be like this. So with respect to this one, all the lines inclination is different, so we need to find the slope for these are, and the slope is different for all of them. How to describe this difference? We are using to define the difference for slope or gradient, vertical distance between the 2 points over horizontal distance. So first I'm selecting 2 points. I'm selecting this 2 point because here these are on the known coordinates. I can choose from here, but let's say I can choose the point here, but I cannot tell you exactly what is the value on the x-axis and what is the value on the y-axis. So I'm not choosing these 2 points, and vertical distance, it says the vertical distance is here, and the horizontal distance is here, where they intersect here at this point. Okay, I got one right triangle here. So what is the vertical distance, the length of it? It's going to be equal to 6. And then what is the horizontal distance? I'm counting the squares here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares here. 1, 2, 3 squares here. So it's equal to 6 and 3. What is the formula? Vertical distance over horizontal distance, which is equal to 6 over 2. That's equal to 3. This is the graph method. But if you have only the coordinates of the coordinates of the points, you can use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which one is x1 y1, x2 y2. It is not important actually. You can say this is x1 y1 and this is x2 and y2. So B is x2 y2 and A is x1 y1. So if A is xy1 x1 y1, then the coordinate, let's check what it is. A is, the coordinate is 2 and 3. I'm correct. And then B is x2 y2, and it is B is -1 and -3. -1 and -3. Now let's write the formula. Slope or gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is equal to, here y2 value I can show like this. Here this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So y2 is equal to -1 and y1 is 3, so but the formula with minus, so it's going to be -1 minus 3. I'm sorry, and the coordinate, I made a mistake here. x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to minus 3. It has to be, I have written minus 1. So I'm changing now this one. I'm correcting. Then let's continue with the solution. Then this is going to be equal to minus 1 minus 3. Actually, not minus 1, minus 3 minus 3. It has to be. That's good. y2 was minus 3. Minus 3 minus 3. I'm sorry. I have written the parenthesis here. Minus 3 divided by 2. What is x2? Not 2. x2 is equal to minus 1. And x1 is minus 2, which is equal to minus 6 over minus 3, which is equal to minus 6 over minus 3. Again, it makes 3. As you see, these two values are same. You will use vertical distance over horizontal distance, or you will use the coordinates, and you will get the same slope here, which is gradient also. Okay. Here, this is the last exercise. I have to choose 2 points on this line. I can choose this point and this point, whatever. It is not important, but to calculate the gradient, I can use the coordinates. Firstly, I need to read also this part to you. A line is sloping this way, it will be negative gradient. Sloping to this way, it will be positive, which means that this should be negative gradient. Also, we are going to see, by using the coordinates, we are going to see the result. It's going to be negative. And quickly let me tell what is the coordinate of this one. Minus 2 and 2. Here the coordinate is 4n minus 1, the second point. So with respect to these 2 points, the slope of the line, if I name this one x1, y1, this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2, and the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 it is, which is gradient or slope. I'm going to use the slope term. Then it's going to be equal to y2 is equal to minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 2 divided by here 4 minus x2 is 4 minus 2, which is equal to minus 3 over 6. That's equal to, when you simplify, it's going to be equal to minus 1 over 2. It has to be, as you see, the result is negative. Result means that it lies on the left side, or vice versa. If it is lying on the left side, the result should be negative.